how everybody feels.
大家感觉怎么样？
Anyone needs bathroom?
有人要上厕所了吗？
Good.
Maybe I do.
Yes, go, go, go. The dog. Yeah, dogs.
我说，然后有家庭跟我们一起冥想。Meditation so you cannot realize another. I usually sometimes I stand on the street, smoking fryers. Let's go to my nutrition club.
You what?
My nutrition club.
Ah, okay.
And one day I saw a kid. He has very, very bad skin problem. My son has skin problem, but not so serious. Just a little bit on my son. And I saw him. I realized I saw his face, everything so sad for him. And I only saw his problem. But then I realized I should see how fresh he is. And first, I can see people I love so much.
We are gonna talk more about that right now in this class. I think you're gonna like it. Okay.
Now I Kyoto for taking care of my grandson.
What time are we starting the next?
Someone was there? No.
No, not yet.
Okay, not yet. We're waiting for someone, I guess.
In the afternoon.
Who?
Awesome.
Ah, okay, okay, okay.
Very good.
We're gonna finish.
Yeah.
We,
Plum?
we are planning to finish class 8 at 12.
Okay.
I know. But we can do it.
Are you taking class 8?
Yes.
Cool. Do you need PowerPoint?
No. So we're gonna start class 8.
我们现在要开始第8堂课，你 recording?
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Very good. Translator. And assistant. So last class review the many benefits of developing bodhicitta.
那上一堂课我们讲到菩提心的好处。
Geshe Michael likes to say that our job as teaching these courses sometimes is to be like a salesman person.
那格西老师，格西麦克有提到，我们有时候教这些课的时候，要好像一个推销员一样。
Because sometimes before we sell something to someone,
当我们在推销一个东西给某人之前，
we have to show them how good the product is.
我们得要给他展现，看看这个产品有多么的好。
So they understand why it's so good for them to get it.
因此，他们才会明白为什么他们应该得要买这个东西。
So maybe that's why first we learn how good it's going to improve our lives.
所以，也许首先我们要来学习看看这个东西对我们的生活有什么帮助。
How much is going to help everybody?
它如何帮助到每个人？
How much fun are we going to have as well?
而且同时过程多么的好玩，
And then we want to buy it.
然后我们就会想要买单。
So here we are going to talk about how to get it.
那这里我们就会讲到怎么得到它，
Because now we all want it,
因为我们都想要它了，
right?
对吧？
Yes.
是吗？
Yes, yes, we all
好
want
的
it.
我们都想要菩提心。
No, it's going to be very good.
所以
I really think so.
我觉得菩提心真的是很不错的东西，
Because I can really tell by my own experience
因为我从自己的经验可知，
that the more I have learned about it
我学习的越多，
and I practice
以及去实践它，
and the little closer I get to it,
然后我能越靠近它多一点点，
little by little,
一点一点的，
I can see how my life is better
我会看到我的人生越来越好，
and how my personal relationships are getting better,
还有我的个人关系也越来越好，
how my mind is getting more peaceful,
我的意识变得越来越平静，
more kind,
我也更加良善，
and I have more fun.
而且我觉得人生更好玩。
I used to have often many difficult days like depression, sadness, confusion.
我以前曾经很多低潮的日子，就是可能会忧郁，然后觉得人生没有希望。
And I still have them,
我现在还是会有，
but much less,
但这样的
much
日
less for
子
sure, much less.
肯定是越来越少了。
So yeah, I definitely think I can see the progress.
所以我绝对能看见自己的进展。
So it's like if we can keep going,
所以如果我们可以继
it's
续
gonna be very
前
good.
行，
Yeah.
一定会很棒。
Okay. So traditionally speaking, there are two techniques to get this bodhicitta.
传统来说，有两个方法或两个技巧去得到菩提心。
One is called exchanging self and others.
一个叫做自他交换，
The other one is called 7 steps, cause and effect to develop bodhicitta.
另一个叫做发菩提心的7步因果。
So the first one, exchange self and others.
第一个自他交换，
It's a very cool, actually mental exercise.
其实是一个很酷的意识练习。
And it goes like this.
那是这样的，
In United States, often in English, they say putting into the shoes of the other person, stepping into the shoes of the other person.
在 put yourself in the shoes of anyway，
Mhm.
在
Put,
美
yeah.
国我们会有一个英文有个说法，就是把你自己放到别人的鞋子里。
Mhm. And usually that means you imagine yourself being in the position of the other person.
基本上，它的意思就是想象你自己被放在对方的立场里面。
Now, maybe I just finished eating.
也许我刚刚吃饱，
So let's say I want to, I don't know, I just want to stay a little longer in the classroom
然后我想要留在
or
教室，
exploring the city, let's say.
或者是我想要在这个城市里面探索多一点。
But let's say Tim, my friend Tim, has not eaten yet.
但例如说，我的朋友 Tim 他还没吃饭，
He wants to go to eat.
他想吃饭，
He doesn't want to talk about the city.
他不想要来跟我聊这个城市。
So then if I say, okay, let me put myself in the shoes of Tim.
所以如果我说我要把我自己放到 Tim 的鞋子里，
Yeah, he must be hungry.
哦，对，在他的立场他是很饿。
Okay, I want to stay longer,
好了好了，那我在这边
but
留多久一
he's
点？
hungry.
但他是很饿，他很饿。
Okay, Tim, let's go eat.
好，那我们去餐厅吧。
I'm sure it's gonna be better for you if we go now.
我觉得我们现在就去的话，对你比较好。
That's a basic putting on the shoes of the other person.
这个是很基本的，把你自己放到对方的立场
But
的例子。
in this case,
但在这个例子里面，
that's not the practice.
在 even in our
Yeah,
但可是，
in
在我们的
this
课程里
practice,
面，就不是
Yeah.
我们要做的练习。
yeah. Although it can be good sometimes,
虽然有时候做这样的事情也是蛮好的，
this refers to something a little bit different.
但在文本里面讲的自他交换的含义稍微有点不一样。
Somehow it involves one more step.
它里面有包含多一个步骤。
In this case, you think about, okay, I'm gonna imagine what it feels to be Tim right now.
在这个情形，我要想象，例如说 Tim 现在有什么样的感受，
And then it's almost like doing a little meditation,
几乎有一点像是在做一个冥想，
almost like you close your eyes.
几乎像是你要闭上
You're
眼
like,
睛。
okay, now I am a very friendly, successful, American guy.
然后想象说，好，我现在要变成那个非常友善又非常成功的美国男人。
And I've been up since 5:30 in the morning.
然后我凌晨5点半就已经起床了，
And I haven't eaten in the whole day
然后我整天都还没吃东西，
because I was talking to my team members,
因为我一直在跟我的团队的成员开会，
helping them with their problems.
帮助他们解决问题，
So I'm hungry now.
所以我现在很饿。
And then,
然后
who knows what's next?
大家知道下一步是什么？有人知道下一步是什么吗？
I'm gonna look to this other guy who's next to me.
我要转头去看我旁边另外这个人，
Oh, this is like a, I don't know, weird Mexican guy
这个人就是一个奇怪的墨西哥人，
who they forced me to bring to Kyoto.
是有人强迫我把他带到墨西哥来的，
And here,
不是来到京都来的。
here he is here next to me.
他现在就在我的旁边，
And he wants to stay to look at the city.
然后他想要留在街上去看看这个城市。
What do I think about him?
我会怎么想他呢？
So by doing this practice,
透过做这样的练习，
I have a chance
我有一个机会
to imagine
去想象
how the other person
另外一个人
is perceiving me at this moment.
在这一刻是怎么看待我的，
How is he perceiving me?
他是怎么看待我的？
Is this a guy who is selfishly interested in the city?
这一个人他是不是很自私的，只想要就是去看自己有兴趣的城市？
Or this is a very cool guy to hang out with because he wants to go to it as well right now?
还是说这一个人他是也是一个非常酷的人，因为他愿意为了我先去吃饭。
So the cool thing here is that I have a choice.
所以这里很酷的地方在于我有一个选择，
I have a chance to choose what version I want to be for him.
我有机会去选择我想要为了对方而去成为哪一个版本的我。
Because I did the practice of imagining how he's perceiving me right now.
因为我做的这一个练习，去想象他这一刻是怎么看我自己的。
So then I go back to Tim's mind, let's in this game.
好，所以在这个游戏，假如说就是我们现在，我现在再回到 Tim 的意识里面，
Or I'm looking the world through Tim's eyes.
或者我透过 Tim 的双眼去看这个世界。
And then I say like, I want to see the guy who wants to go eat.
然后我就会想到说，我希望看到一个为了我去吃饭的人，
Who's not keeping me waiting and waiting.
而不是让我一直等他又等他。
I probably should do this more often.
我应该更常做这个练习，其实。
And then I go back to Juan eyes or mine.
然后我再回到自己的意识跟双眼里，
then I can say, okay, Tim, I'm gonna give you special gift.
然后我就会跟 Tim 说，哎 ，Tim，我会给你一个特别的礼物，
I'm gonna give you the gift of perceiving the person who wants to go to eat.
我会让你看见一个会要现在去吃饭的人。
So then okay, Tim, let's go eat.
然后我就跟 Tim 说，好吧，我们现在去吃
That's
饭，
okay, let's go.
没问题，我们去吧。
So this is a practice on trying to see yourself
这个练习其实是尝试看见你自己，
through the eyes of the other person.
但是是透过另外一个人的双眼去看自己，
Not only seeing the world through the eyes of the other person,
不只是透过他人的双眼看这个世界，
but especially focusing on yourself through the eyes of the other person.
但特别要专注在透过他人双眼去回看你自己。
Yes. And then understanding that we all have the same right for happiness.
然后同时要理解，我们每一个人都有同等的权利得到幸福快乐。
Geshe Michael calls these equal rights.
葛西麦克把它称为平等权利。
The other class we were talking about one way that we are all equal
在另一堂课，我们谈到了其中一个去想象我们都是平等的方法，
is in that we all want to be happy
就是认知到我们都想要幸福，
and we all want not to have pain.
而同时我们也都不想要痛苦。
So in this way, it's like, okay, you are equal than I am.
所以你跟我是平等的，
We all have wishes,
我们都有一些愿望，
dreams,
有一些梦想，
needs.
有一些需求，
It's equally fair for you to get what you want
所以很公平的，你也可以有权利得到你想要的，
so you deserve as well my cooperation, let's put it that way.
所以你也很值得我的配合。
Usually our own cooperation is aimed to satisfy our own needs.
通常我们的配合度是去配合我们自己的需求，
But if we understand we are equal
但如果我
in
们理
this
解
sense,
从这个角度而言，我们都是平等的话，
we can use our cooperation to the service of others as well.
我们就可以用自己的配合度去服务他人。
So this is one method to develop bodhicitta.
所以这是其中一个去发菩提心的方法。
And there is another method for developing bodhicitta.
那要发菩提心还有另一个方法，
And it has 7.5 steps.
它有7个半步骤。
So here we're gonna study about it.
所以现在我们就要来学习一下。
Okay. The very first step,
第一步
it's very, very cool.
很酷，非常酷，
And it has to do with you have to understand that everybody else that you ever see has been your mother.
这个就是你要认知到每一个你见到的人都曾经当过你的母亲。
And some people, especially in the West,
那有一些人，尤其在西方，
we are not used to this idea at all
我们非常不习惯这样的想法，
because many times we don't even believe in past lives.
因为很多时候我们甚至根本不相信
We are not sure if future life exists.
有过往的生世，我们也不相信有来世。
I think in the East, in Asia, people are more used to these ideas.
但我觉得在东方的人比较能够接受这一种想法，
It's not that crazy for someone to hear about this.
就是在东方听到这样的想法，大家不会觉得太疯狂。
And something that I really like about this system
而我喜欢这个体系，其中一个点是，
is that they never ask you to believe weird things.
就是他从来不会叫你去相信一些奇怪的事情，
They ask you to listen,
他请你去聆听、
to analyze,
去分析，
and to prove
然后
for
去
yourself
自己印证
about these things.
关于这些内容。
So course number 4
那我们的第4门课
Yes, this is course number 1, but course number 4,
这一门是第1门课，那第4门课
hopefully you can study it sometime
希望你们有时候也会有机会去读到，
because it's exactly that. The name of the course is Proof of Future Lives.
因为它的它的标题完完全全就是对来世的证明。
Yeah, I would say logical proof of future lives.
我会说是来世的逻辑证明。
If we can prove that there are future lives,
如果我们能够证明有来世，
we can prove that there are past
就
lives.
能够证明有前世。
This is a whole course.
这就是可以讲整一门课了，
Many, many classes, many, many details.
很多堂课，很多细节，
It's more advanced, but very beautiful.
是更加进阶的，但非常美妙的内容。
Just very generally speaking,
那概括的来说，
they say similar things create similar results,
他们会讲到类似的事物会造成类似的结果，
or similar causes create similar results.
或者类似的因会造成类似的果。
So they prove how is it that physical matter, like, physical things,
他们会证明一些物质的东西，
they never create consciousness.
它永远创造不了意识。
It's not enough to have certain particles or atoms of some kind of elements,
所以有一些粒子或者有一些化学的元素聚集在一起是不够的，
for making a mind or consciousness to appear.
不足够去升起一个意识或者一种觉知。
You can grab the same elements you find in a human body,
你可以把所有组成一个人类身体的化学元素聚集在一起，
like you can find hydrogen, oxygen, iron, all these kind of elements.
你可以在里面找到，比如说铁，找到氢，所有这一些的化学元素，
You put them together in the exact same proportions,
然后你把它完全跟一个人类身体里面的比例一样的聚集在一起，
but still something's missing.
但仍然还是缺乏一些什么。
Life just doesn't arise out of nowhere.
生命就是不会，就是无缘故的升起，
So then they ask, where does life, mind, and awareness comes from?
所以他们就会问，因此生命意识到底从哪里而来？
And they say only something of the same quality as mind
然后他们说，唯有一些跟意识同类型的东西，
will be able to create more mind.
才能够创造出更多的意识。
So a moment of awareness
所以有意识的一个时刻，
can only come from a previous moment of awareness.
只能来自之前另外一个有意识的时刻。
And very interestingly, this keeps going like that infinitely.
很有趣的，这样的连续要不断的无限的延展。
That's also one of the reasons they say there is no there is no beginning to the infinite time.
所以这很有趣，因此人们会说，时间是没有一个开始的。
Yeah. And this is basically the topic of the course number 4.
而这个基本上就是第4门课讲的题目。
Now, what happens if it's true that we have had past lives?
那如果我们的确有前世的话，
We must have had a mother in our past lives.
我们在前世就一定有个妈妈。
And if it's true that there was one past lifetime when we had a mother,
如果确实我们曾经有一个前世是有一个妈妈，
then we have many past lives when we have mothers.
那我们就一定有很多个前世，有很多个妈妈。
What they say is like because there is like time with no beginnings,
因为我们都会说无始以来，
we have been born everywhere in the universe.
我们已经曾经诞生在宇宙的所有地方了。
We have been all kinds of beings.
我们曾经当过所有的众生，
Sometimes we are born as female,
有时候我们出生为女性，
sometimes we are born as male,
有时候出生为男性。
sometimes as a dog in the pond, a dog. Yes.
有时候会身为池塘里的鸭子，
Sometimes as human,
有时候身为人，
sometimes in other
有
planets.
时候生在别的星球上。
So we have been all kind of beings.
因此，我们当过所有的众生，
We have had all kinds of mothers.
我们有过所有不同的母亲。
So if it is true that it's time without beginning, beginningless time,
所以，如果真的时间是无始以来的话，
we can come to the conclusion that everyone at
Mm.
some point
我们就可以下结论说，每一个人在某个时刻
have been our mother.
一定都当过我们的母亲。
And not only that,
不止这样，
in a way, everyone has been everything for everyone.
某程度上，我们也可以推论说，因此每一个人也当过每一个人的任何角色。
Like sometimes we have been brothers and sisters of each other,
例如，我们曾经当过彼此的兄弟姐妹，
sometimes neighbors,
有时候是邻居，
sometimes
有
friends,
时候是朋友，
sometimes enemies,
有时候是敌人，
all kind of things.
各种各样的角色。
So just we have the, how to say, it just happens to be that this time in this lifetime,
只是说，刚好在这一次这一辈子，
we have a different relationship.
我们的关系不一样了。
But depending the kind of seeds we plant in this life,
但取决于我们这一生所种下的种子，
that can change later.
那个之后，那些关系之后也是可以改变的。
So first step is to understand that everyone at some point has been your mother.
所以第一步要认知到，每一个人都曾经当过每一个人的妈妈。
And once that we are open to this possibility,
一旦我们开放去接受这样的可能性，
number two, we have to remember how much our mothers have helped us in our lives.
第二步我们就要认知到，我们的母亲在各个生世里面对我们如此的善待过我们。
So number two is about remember how kind our mothers have been with us.
所以第二步要去回想我们的妈妈对我们多么的如此善待过我们。
Yes. We can see how much like the love that mothers have for their children
我们可以看见母亲对于她的孩子是有多庞大的爱，
is very often one of the biggest example of unconditional love.
通常都会被引用为就是最常用的无条件的爱的例子。
Many of us have had the chance to experience how is it that our moms take so much care for us.
我们大部分人都有体验过，我们的母亲是如此的照顾过我们。
And if you have children yourself,
而如果你自己有儿女的话，
you may see how much you love your children.
你也大概可以体验到自己有多么的爱自己的儿女。
And then you can understand also how much you love your mother.
然后你就也能够理解你自己有多么爱你的母亲。
No, sorry, what I mean
对不
is
起，我讲错了。
because you understand how you love your children,
因为你理解你有多爱你的孩子，
you can understand how your mother loves you.
你就能够理解你的妈妈有多么的爱你。
Yeah, because you are the children of your mother.
对，因为你是你
Yes.
妈妈的孩子，
Yes.
应该是这样。
So you can start developing a sense of gratitude.
因此，你就会可以开始升起一种感恩。
Like, thank you, mother. You have helped me so much. You love me so much.
谢谢妈妈，你帮助了我很多。
But now we were studying that there's so much suffering in this life, in this world.
而现在我们学习到，在这个世界上有多么庞大的痛苦，
And we have to get to go through these things. We just mentioned many times the everyday sufferings, but like sickness, aging, death, problems.
那我们都讲到，我们每一天都有经历各种不同的痛苦，那包含要经历疾病、衰老跟死亡。
And the problem is if we don't do something very special about it, it's gonna keep repeating and repeating and repeating.
而重点是，如果我们不对它做一些特殊的对治方法的话，它就只会一直重复。
So very possibly most of you know how sad and difficult can be to see someone you love having suffering and difficult times.
我猜在座大家都应该有经历过，就是在你的生命里有 经历当你看见一个你爱的人经历着痛苦的时候的感觉。
And seeing your own mother, your own children going through suffering, it also makes us very sad.
那看着你自己的妈妈或看着你自己的小孩受苦的时候，也让我们很悲伤。
And in this sense, because we see them suffering, because also we know they help us so much,
那在这个角度而言，因为我们能看见对方如此的受苦，也知道对方曾经帮过我们那么多，
we develop this big love for them
我们就会对对方升起一种非常大的爱，
and this big wish that we don't want them to suffer.
然后我们也会有一个很大的愿心，希望对方不用再受苦，
So we want to help them.
所以我们也想要帮助他，
We want to pay them back their kindness
我们想要回报他对我们的恩泽，
out of gratitude, out of love.
因为我们感恩他，因为我们爱他。
And this is number 3. This is step number 3.
这就是第三步，七因果的第三步。所以刚刚第一步是知母，第二步是念恩，第三步是报恩。
Out of gratitude,
那出于你的感恩之情，
we want to pay them back. We want to help them.
我们希望报恩，我们希望帮助他们，我们的母亲。
Because we want to help them and pay them back,
因为我们想要帮助他，想要回报他，
we go through step number 4,
我们就会来到第四步，
which is a very beautiful form of love.
是一种非常美的爱，叫慈心。
In this case, it's a form of love that wants to give them beautiful things and happiness.
这种爱就是我想要给对方幸福快乐，
Is this wish that the person you love will have all things they need to be happy.
就是你祈愿这个你爱的人能够得到一切让他快乐的东西，
From very basic things like house, food, whatever they need,
从非常基本的生活所需，就是房子、食物等等，
to also very higher things
以至一些更高的东西，
like wisdom,
像是智慧、
love,
爱、
ultimate health,
究竟的健康，
all the most beautiful, wonderful things you can imagine.
所有那些你能想象最美好的东西，
You want to give them these things.
你想要把这些东西给对方，
And at the same time, because you want them to be so happy,
与此同时，因为你希望对方非常的幸福快乐，
to have everything they will need to be happy,
拥有一切能让他快乐的东西，
you develop this feeling that you don't want them to suffer at all.
你就会升起这个心情，不希望对方继续受苦。
This is called in Sanskrit Mahakaruna.
这个在梵文叫做 Mahakaruna， 大悲心，
This is number 5.
这就是第五项悲心，
A very deep, deep feeling of compassion.
是
They
一种
say.
很深很深的慈悲，
A deep feeling of, I don't want you to suffer, not even a little bit.
就是一种深刻的感受。我即便是一点点，我都不希望你再受苦。
I would like to take away from you any kind of pain.
我希望从你的身上拿走所有一丁一点的痛苦。
This is is one of the difference between compassion and love.
慈心跟悲心稍微有一点不一样，
Love wants to give happiness,
慈心是想要给出幸福，
and compassion wants to take away pain.
悲心是希望拿走痛苦。
But you see, they are perfect complements, like
但你会看见两者是完美的结合，
in the sense that for one to be complete, the other has to be implied.
他们非常的相辅相成，就是为了要一方能够完整，另一方必须得存在。
And so that's why
因此，
sometimes some people say, no, this list is not right.
有时候有些人会说不对不对，这个清单列的不对。
You say number 4 is love,
你说第四项是慈心，
and you say number 5 is compassion.
第五才是才是悲心，
But it should be the other way around.
但应该这两个反过来才对啊。
Number 4 should be compassion,
应该第四项是悲心，
and number 5 should be love.
然后到第五步才是慈心。
Because if a kid is crying because they fall down and broke their arm,
因为比如说，如果一个小朋友他在哭，是因为他刚刚跌倒，然后手臂断了，
you are not gonna take them for ice cream right now.
你不会现在带他去吃冰淇淋，
You're gonna first remove the pain
你会先把他的痛苦拿掉，
and then give them the ice cream or the happiness.
然后才给他那个冰淇淋或者那一份快乐。
But some people say, no, 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 that's not right.
但又有一些人说，不是这样。
First, you need to love the kid,
首先，你得要先爱那个小朋友，
and that's why you want to remove the pain from the kid.
然后因此你才会想要从他身上拿走他的痛苦。
So it's just an interesting debate.
所以这是一个很有趣的辩论。
Some people say love goes first.
有些人说慈心要先有，
Some people say compassion goes first.
有些人说应该要先有悲心。
But the real fact is you need both.
但反正事实就是你两个都需要有。
And let's put it this way, in many ways they help each other. They
但
complement each other in many ways.
不然我们这么说好了，反正他们相辅相成，两个要一起有。
But it's good to know the emphasis of each one of them.
但也需要很好的去认识他们每一个所着重的点是什么。
Now, because we have deep love and because we have deep compassion,
那现在因为我们有深刻的慈心跟悲心，
we're gonna decide we are gonna do something about it.
我们就决心要来做点什么。
We're gonna pay back the kindness of our mothers.
我们要对自己的母亲报恩，
We're gonna help them to be happy.
我们要帮助母亲快乐
We're，gonna help them not to suffer.
帮助她不再受苦。
And this is step number 6.
而这个就是第6步，
And it's called personal responsibility.
叫做负起个人责任，或传统叫增上益乐。
This is when you decide, I'm going to do something about it.
这个就是当你下定决心说，我得要来做点什么，
I'm not just gonna stay and look at them crying and crying.
我不是就坐在那边，然后看着他一直哭一直哭，
You know, I'm gonna do something about it.
我会来做些事情，
And it's up to me.
然后是取决于我，
Even if no one helps me,
即便没有人要帮我，
I'm gonna take care of it.
我也会负起责任做好它。
Geshe Michael was saying in his class about this that it's one of the most important qualities any teacher has to have.
那格西麦克在他的课堂上也有提到，这一项品质也是任何一位好的老师该有的品质，
Because helping other people requires this kind of responsibility.
因为要帮助他人，就得要有这种责任心。
Many times you are not gonna find the help or support you need,
因为很多时候你可能找不到你所需要的支持跟帮忙，
but if you really believe on the cause,
但
if you really believe on the cause,
但如果你真的相信那一些因，
or if you really believe on the mission,
或者你真的相信自己的使命、
on the goal,
你的目标，
you have to do it,
你自己就得要做了，
even if no one's helping you.
即便旁边没有人要帮你。
And then he says later people start helping you.
然后在讲完这后面，他就说有人会来帮你，
But you have to be ready to start even when no one is helping you.
但你要准备好自己去开始，即便开始的时候没有人要帮你。
And very possibly because of the power of your intention and the good seeds you're doing,
而通常很有可能因为这个力量以及你在种下种子的强大，
later you will be able to find the help you need to help others.
之后你就会找到那些你需要去帮助别人而要给到你的帮助。
Okay. So if you go through all these 6 steps,
如果你去真的做完经历这6步，
one is going to take you to the other one.
就是一步会把你带到下一步。
You realize everyone has been your mom at some point.
你意识到每一个人在某个时间点都有当过你的妈妈，
You remember how beautiful love your mothers have shown you.
你知道，你也记得你的妈妈曾经展示给你看多大的爱，
Out of gratitude, you want to pay them back.
因此出于你的感恩之情，你会想要报恩，
You develop this big love for them,
你就对对方升起了大爱，
this big compassion for them,
然后你对对方也有很深刻的慈悲心。
and you decide, I'm going to do something about it.
接下来你就会决心说，那我得要来做些什么。
Then you reach level 7,
然后最后你就会到达第7步，
which is bodhicitta.
就是菩提心。
You say, I want to get enlightened
你就会说，我得要证悟，
to be able to take care of them,
才能够照顾好他们，
to be able to help them.
去帮助他们。
So these are the 7 steps to reach bodhicitta.
所以以上就是菩提心修法的七因果，
It's another of the traditional ways to develop bodhicitta.
这是另外一种传统去发菩提心的方法。
And then finally, Geshe Michael said, but there is a previous steps to these 7.
然后后来格西麦克就讲到，在这七因果之前还有一步，
That's why he said 7 steps and a half.
是因此为什么他说七步再加半步？
Sometimes it's referred as the step number 0.
有时候他会说第零步。
And traditionally, the name of step number 0
那在传统上，第零步叫做
is equanimity.
平等心。
And it's mostly based on these 2 ideas we already talked about,
那它基本上是基于我们之前已经提过的2个概念。
that really everybody has been everything for everyone.
基本上每一个人都当过每一个人的任何角色。
So then when you have a problem with someone,
所以当你跟某个人之间有一些冲突或问题，
you can use logic.
你可以用逻辑，
You can say, okay, well, this time, this person, I don't like them at all.
然后就想说这一次现在我实在是不喜欢这个人。
But like 5 times ago,
lifetimes
ago, yes,
但大概5辈子以前，
we were super good friends.
我们是超级好的朋友，
Very possibly we were cousins or something.
很有可能那时候我们可能是表兄弟姐妹，
And we used to play together.
我们以前经常一起玩。
Now this person doesn't remember.
现在这个人他不记得了。
So, okay, I forgive you, cousin.
好了，没关系啦，表兄，我原谅你。
Let's try to be friends.
我们试着来再当回朋友吧。
And in a way, same thing with people that we like a lot.
某程度上，我们跟自己喜欢的那些人之间也是这样，
Can be good to remember. Oh, wow, probably 10 lifetimes ago,
就很好的要去回想哦，很有可能大概10辈子以前，
we were fighting a lot.
我们经常吵架，
You were stealing from my business.
你经常偷我的生意，
We got to the, how to say, we had big legal problems.
我们甚至可能有一些官司，就是要打官司，
You almost take me to the bankruptcy.
你几乎让我破产。
But now we are super good friends.
但现在我们是超级好的朋友。
Okay, I forgive you.
好啦，我原谅你以前做的事。
So this attitude of knowing we all being everything for everyone,
所以，当我们认识到每一个人都当过我们的身边每一个人的这种态度，
makes you reach a level of equanimity.
让你能够到达一种平等心的状态。
And then to that, you add this idea of we all want to be happy.
然后从那平等心之上，你就可以回想，我们都想要幸福，
We all go through very similar problems.
我们都有非常类似的问题，
We all have equal rights to be happy.
而我们都有同等得到幸福的权利。
So that's step number 0.
这就是第0步，
This kind of equanimity.
这一种平等心。
From there, you start thinking, well, from the many possibilities we have been,
然后从那里再去延伸，想到从那么多的可能性当中，
for sure, mother was one of them.
肯定母亲也是其中一个他当过的角色。
And you start working from there.
然后你再从那边开始去下功夫。
So that's the 7.5 steps to reaching bodhicitta.
所以以上就是到达菩提心的7步半。
And finally,
然后最后，
oh no, that's it.
哦，没有了，已经讲完了。
Yeah. So just to give you heads up,
那给大
the
家
the questions for this homework, class 8,
预告一下，就是第8课的作业，
you need to be able to identify the 7 steps
你得要写
to
的
develop
出
bodhicitta.
就是发菩提心的7步。
And then second question
然后第2题
is about the preliminary step
是关于前
that
行
we
的步
just
骤。
covered, equanimity.
我们刚刚讲到了，就是平等心。
Each one of these steps on itself can be a very beautiful meditation.
那这一些步骤的每一步本身都可以成为一个很美的冥想。
So if you are doing your daily meditations,
所以当你在做自己每天的冥想的时候，
one day you can decide, okay, I'm gonna think about, let's say, step number 1.
你就可以说好，我今天要来冥想一下第1步，
All right, is it really possible that everyone has been my mother?
是否真的有可能每一个人都有当过我的母亲呢？
And you try to think about it.
然后你就尝试在那边思考一下，
to check if it's really possible,
去印证一下到底是不是有这个可能，
to check how it feels to be open to the possibility,
去检查一下自己是否能够打开开放的态度去接受这样的可能性，
or also to check why you are not open to the possibility.
或者去检查为什么你无法有开放的接受这样的可能性，
You explore this idea.
你去探索一下这些想法。
And the more we study this content,
那当我们越多去学习这些内容，
we go through more and more courses,
当我们学习越来越多门的课之后，
we're gonna gain more tools
我们就会得到更多的工具，
to prove ourselves if it's true or not,
去为我们自己去证明
if it's possible or not.
这一些内容所说的到底可不可能。
Same with each other step. We can do meditations on step 2, step 3, and all of them.
每一步都是我们第二步、第三步，哪一步都可以去做冥想。
Like, how do I wanna pay them back?
就比如说，我可以怎么样去报恩？
Here, for example, Geshe Michael talk a very beautiful, powerful practice.
像是葛西老师就有提到一个非常有力量、非常美妙的练习。
Like sometimes you are just walking in the streets
有时候你就是走在路上，
and you may see a person like you don't really like much,
然后你看到一个你不太喜欢的人，
but then you remember, oh, maybe this person has been my mother.
然后可是你就去回想啊，但也许这个人曾经也是我的妈妈。
And even saying hello to them
那即便只是跟对方打个招呼说，哎，你好，
with this attitude in your mind,
但心里带着这样的心态，
open to this possibility,
去开放的接受有这样的可能性。
he said it creates a wonderful energy.
葛西老师说，就会给你创造出非常美丽的能量，
He said people can feel it
人们
somehow.
而且人们会不知道怎么样的就能感受得到这股能
He
量。
said this is a very magical practice.
他说这个是非常有好像一种魔法一般的练习。
Sometimes this practice has the power to finish a conflict in one moment.
他说有时候这样的练习可以在一刹那就把那个当下的冲突解决掉。
Someone is having you a hard time in your job or in the street,
例如说你在你的工作上或者在路上有人找你麻烦，
then you just remember about this possibility
你就去回想有这样的可能性，
and you just smile at them for a moment,
然后你就试着对对方就给他一个微笑，
or you just say, oh, okay, sorry, it's
Oh.
okay, everything's good.
或者你就跟他说哦，好的好的，不好意思，对不起，没关系，没问题的。
Or even just saying hello to someone
甚至可能你就是对对方说你好，
with this in mind
在心里有这样的想法，
has the power to change many, many things.
具有力量可以改变很多事情。
So he encourages us to try sometime.
所以他说他极度的推荐我们，强烈建议我们有时候试试看。
Time to time when you're waiting in the line, maybe
偶尔，比如说你在排队等个什么，
just remember, oh, this person in front of me
只要去回想说，哦，前面的这个人
must be my mom sometime.
一定曾经当过我的妈妈，
I wonder if they remember.
不知道他记不记得呢？
And you can just say, hello,
然后
good
你就可以
morning.
跟他说早安啊，
Yeah. What is it? Ohayo gozaimasu.
我在意吗？
Gozaimasu. Ohayo gozaimasu.
你好，
Ni hao.
对
And then you just see, maybe they look at you and they say, there's something happened like, oh, you look familiar, you know? Who
所以
knows?
也许他听到你这么跟他打招呼的时候，他回头一看就觉得，诶，这人好像有点眼熟啊。
Because sometimes there are like certain energy exchange or feelings
因为有时候会有一些能量的交换，会有一些感受，
that we maybe don't understand totally,
也许我们没有办法完整的理解是什么，
but could make us feel happy.
但是会让人觉得快乐，
Could somehow improve the quality of our day
也有可能可以改善我们一整天的心情或一整天的品质。
just by the kindness or love that we feel in a little interaction, maybe
只是在一些小小的互动当中多加一点的善意，
the friendliness and the care.
那个the friendliness that occur，
Yeah, the friendliness or the care that the other
Oh, the
person
care.
shows.
所以那个就是另外一个人所展现的那一种善意跟那一种关怀，
And this is a great way to give a little bit of this friendliness, love, or care.
当我们能够有这样的念头的时候，就可以让我们释出更多的善意对待对方。
Yeah, so Geshe encourages us to try this practice
所以葛
time
西
to
老
time.
师非常的建议我们偶尔去做一下这样的练习。
Yeah, even even he says sometimes, actually he say here in Japan, some of his students try this thing of he went to, or she, I don't know, went to an ice cream shop, ice cream store.
事实上，格西老师有讲到，就是在日本，他有一个学生就去了一个冰淇淋店，
And this person decide, okay, I'm paying for my ice cream
然后那个人就说：“好，我决定我要给我的冰淇淋付钱，
and I'm going to pay for the next ice cream.
我也要为下一个买冰淇淋的人买单。
So next person who comes
所以下一个进来的人
can have their ice cream for free.
可以免费吃一个冰淇淋。
And in their mind, they thought,
然后
I'm
在
paying for my mom's ice cream.
然后在那个人的心里，他想着我是要请我妈妈吃冰淇淋，
No matter who it is,
不论那个是谁，
it's gonna get it for free.
那个人都可以吃到免费冰淇淋，
And it's my mother from other lifetime.
而她是来自我某一辈子的妈妈。
So Geshe Michael say this, what happened is that like, I don't know, so many people, like 40 people keep doing that.
然后格西麦克就说，那个时候就有大概40个人连续的做这个练习。
Like next person come, oh, I want this ice cream.
然后下一个人进来说：“哦，我要这个冰淇淋。
They say, oh, somebody already paid for you. ”
然后店里的店员就说：“哦，有人已经付钱了。
What? That's amazing.
说什么这么棒？
Okay, so I want to do the same.
哇，那我也想要
I
来
pay
做
for
一
the
样
next
的
person.，
那我也帮下一个人付钱，
And it create a beautiful chain
就变成一个很漂
of
亮的，
kindness.
就是连环的反应。
So yes, Geshe Michael encourages to do this practice. Be suspicious of people around you.
所以格西麦克建议我们做这个练习，要时刻的怀疑你身边的人，
Try to remember and think about, oh, this person must have been my mom. Now I'm more friendly with them in this interaction.
然后试着去记得，哦，这个人也许以前当过我的妈妈，所以我现在要更加善待她。
And he said it has the power to change your whole day,
然后他说，这个有力量去改变你一整天的心情，
eventually your whole life.
最终改变你一辈子余生的心情，
Very powerful practice.
非常有力量的练习。
And that was it. This is class 8.
以上就是第8堂课，
Thank you very much.
非常感谢大家。
Thank you. And yeah, now we go to a break.
现在我们要休息，
Next class is scheduled at 3.
下一堂课是下午3点。
And yeah, if you have a good time, you can maybe try once or twice
如果大家
to talk to one of your moms in the street or just say hi or a
愿意的
smile.
话，可以在午休的时候，也许跟路上的你某一位母亲打个招呼，
Yeah, and see how you feel and try to see what's the reaction.
然后试着看看你有什么感受，对方有什么反应。
Okay.
7就是不对题。
我们有没有就有意识上的真实物，就只能有这个有